Hey, what's up, guys? This is Blockchain Braun here, trying to circumvent the rain and navigate it a little bit today. But at any rate, just thought I'd come back on to talk to you guys about something that I failed to mention yesterday during my first video. And I talked about XRP being the bridge currency, but I'd like to go a little further, and hopefully this won't take me that long. First of all, I would like to address the travel rule. I would also like to address the Bank Secrecy Act that the travel rule falls under, as well as SWIFT and what it's designed to do. Now, dealing with money movement and wires, we have a thing called the travel rule. Now, the travel rule falls under the Bank Secrecy Act. Bank Secrecy Act governs, as far as money movement, all the institutions in the United States. It's not just one particular institution, but during an audit, all of these institutions, in regards to money movement, when you're moving wires, they have to fall under the rules and regulations of the Bank Secrecy Act. There's a thing in the Bank Secrecy Act that's called the travel rule. The travel rule basically dictates that there's certain information that must travel with the wire. This is not up for debate and not up for discussion. If you don't have this information in place, then during an audit, you're going to fail because you're going to be out of compliance. Okay, so with the travel rule, there's certain information that has to travel. Now, I work in trust, and so when you're dealing with trust, agencies, custodies, we do have IRAs too as well. We also have LLCs and partnerships. So in moving money from those accounts, in the travel rule, you have to have certain information. You have to have the address of that particular account. Would be LLC, IRA, trust, whatever the case may be, the address has to be present. Also, in addition to that, the name of that account, okay? And the name is based off the governing document, okay? Now, within that travel rules section, if you don't have the correct name and it's not based off the governing document of that account, then you're going to be out of compliance and you're going to fail an audit. That's very important. Also, in relation to the travel rule, you have tax ID information. Now, with tax ID information, you're going to, Social Security number, or you may have a tax ID that was assigned to a particular account, like a trust, when you open the account. Now, depending on which one it is, it doesn't matter whether it's the Social Security number or the tax ID number, there's going to be an address associated with that, along with the name, okay? Now, if the travel rule address and the tax ID or Social Security information address do not coincide, and they're not the exact same address, I'm not talking about similar, no, it has to be the exact same. If it's not the exact same, then you're going to be out of compliance and you're going to fail an audit. Two very important things, okay? Now, I was thinking to myself, well, so XRP and money movement, how will it address those issues in regards to the travel rule falling under the Bank Secrecy Act? Very simple. Whenever we're moving money cross-border, as I explained yesterday in yesterday's video, you're going to move money depending on what the client wants. It's going to be in a certain currency, okay? It may be euros, francs, shekels, Australian dollars, pesos. The list goes on and on and on and on. We have several currencies that's in our drop-down box as far as how that money can be moved. We cover every basis. Now, enter XRP. So, if we're moving money in those currencies, it's going to fall under those rules and guidelines, whichever way you look at it. Okay? So, XRP can do the same thing. Not even have to address the travel rule and things of that nature, because it's going to fall under those guidelines whenever the money's moved. Okay? So just like you have euros in the drop-down box, you have francs in the drop-down box, you have shekels in the drop-down box, Australian dollars, etc., then you can also have an option for XRP. could be as simple as that. So I just thought I would address that, because that is very important, guys. That's something that's associated with every transaction, and it has to be present. Okay? But XRP can easily get around that, because whenever we send the wires, it's going to fall under those guidelines anyway. So XRP is still the top choice selection, in my opinion, when it comes to payment solutions in this space, when it comes to faster payment solutions in this space. I just don't see anything that competes with it. I know we have a Libra coin coming out with Facebook and things of that nature, but from my understanding, Libra is going to be a stable coin. Okay? Which means that if it's going to be a stable coin, then it's going to be pegged with the US dollar. So that's not the same thing as XRP. It's just not the same. So they're talking about how it's going to compete with certain things. It's not the same as Bitcoin, in my opinion. Not the same thing, guys. Now, unless I'm missing something or something like that, but sometimes the media will throw things out there, and there'll be certain things in the news, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the underlying technology, asset, etc. And I think that everybody can stand and do their homework a little bit better. Okay, that's just my 2 cents. I just thought I'd throw that in. Hopefully that helps you guys. Have a great day. Peace.